Hello, everyone. Hi, it's Anne coming to you for Front Nine Fitness. So, welcome back or welcome to. Happy to be with you. And this is a 30-minute gentle golf mobility and strength workout or a little fitness class. Thanks to British Columbia Golf for partnering with us, me, Active Health Solutions. We're a fitness studio located in Prince George. And so thanks everyone. For today's class, I know I had said you need a book, but you don't need one today. I'm using a wooden spoon or some sort of kitchen utensil, or you can use your golf club if you have enough room to swing without smacking anything. And I also have a lanyard, which I've tied, I don't know if you can see that, a knot in because I wanted it not super long. So this is, I don't know, is that a foot? Or you can also use a mini band if you have it, which will create more resistance. Or if you'd like, you can use a little hand towel, and I can show you how to do that to create resistance. So I also have a chair and a golf club and a wall space. So that's all you need for today. Just a reminder for you, I'm encouraging you to work at your own pace and your own level and to be safe and to really pay close attention to your ends of your range of motion. We don't want to fling and get things into a further range of motion. That's where injuries will come from. So just be a little mindful to work at your own pace and your own level. So let's get started. So let's work on our dynamic warm-up. So I'm going to start with my feet apart, and we're going to start with a little bit of rotation here. So I hope wherever you are, the weather's nice and you're being safe. Getting excited for golf season, or you've already started. Okay, a little bit of rotation here. Okay, we're going to switch it now to a weed pull. So give it a little squat and then right up overhead and throw it away. A few weed pulls on either side. And let's switch sides. Try not to bang my mic around today. I kind of have been struggling with that. So hopefully the sound's all right. So that's our weed pulls. Now we're going to stagger, and you're going to go up and come back down, and I want you to squeeze those elbows together. So up you go and sink it back, squeeze those elbows together. Really push off that back foot. It's warming up in that Achilles, start of our ankle prep, which we're going to do a little bit more of today. And then we're going to switch it now. You're going to lunge forward and then pull it back like a row. One more. Let's sink it back. So activate your glute muscle and tap that front toe out. Tap, tap, tap. See a few people online, so thank you and welcome. All right, come to the middle. Feet pointed out about 45 degrees. We're going to go up and overhead press. You can go either from here, or you can do a bit more of an arm swing for a little bit more dynamic warm-up. There we go. And go the opposite direction. So we're going to go up, squeeze those elbows to the back. So this dynamic warm-up puts us in lots of different directions, or in biomechanical terms we call it different planes of movement. Switch to a lunge. Whoop, lost my balance. And then pull it back into a row. Lunge with a row. So already we've done lots of different directions for those shoulders, and I've got lots more planned with our lanyard. And last one. Okay, sink it on back and tap that toe out. All right, let's do a little bit more on that ankle. Now, depending, sorry, I'm moving equipment around. I like doing this one with a wall or a chair. And you're going to just come forward. Now, I know when we do lunges, we kind of nag about going straight up and down so that you maintain this 90-degree bend on the front knee at that the front knee. But this one is for an ankle. So we go past that 90-degree angle and warm up that ankle. Switch sides. I think that's Brenda watching from Vancouver. All set to play some golf. The Vancouver courses I saw online have opened up, or some of them anyways. All right, you can use your chair or a wall, and we're just going to do our, I don't know if you can see that, calf press, or calf raise. Now, if you did have your book and wanted to do this off of a step or a book, that will give you a little bit more range of motion. And let's do a lap around on our heels. So what I've done is pop my toes up, and I'm just going to walk. Take a little lap, figure 8 in your room if you like, in your space, and then up on those toes. And let's just walk around on those toes for a sec. All right, and because I have a few different things planned today, let's do our hinge right here. Now, I've always had you do it with your golf club, but we can also hinge. Just letting those arms come down where gravity would get them. So this is our hinge position. We're moving to the wall next. All right, I see a comment. Let me just see. Oh, golfing tomorrow. Hey, Chipper. Awesome. All right, let's switch it to some exercises at the wall. Now, if you don't want to do this at the wall and you like working a little bit more against gravity, you can do everything you want with a chair as well, or some of this anyways, but I'm going to start with my cat-cow. So I'm pushing, actually I could even probably go this way on the door. So rounding your back and then pushing it all the way through to arch your back, bring that head up. So this is our cat-cow. So you'll see, if you've been with me now for, I think this is my 7th video, you'll see a lot of these keep showing up because they're so important. Okay, and let's just do a few shoulder blade push-ups here. And our hip list, this one I'm going to show you with my chair. Okay, so the hip list. Now, if you did have that book and you wanted to use it, we did this last time, is to create a little bit more range of motion by standing on your book and dropping past the level of the book. So hip lifts and the cat-cow always show up. Class after class. Like I said, they're very important. Shoulder mobility, spinal mobility, and hip mobility. Keys to the golf swing. That's how you maintain spine angle, because once we lose that and we stiffen up as we age or over time, or not even age, just out of practice, out of use. All right, let's switch it to an internal, external rotation of that hip. They just stiffen up, and that's when we swing with our arms, which then makes us more erratic with our golf shots. But not only is the problem with hitting it left and right and all over the place and inconsistency, but it's distance. We lose power. So you want to swing the club faster, club head speed. Those mobility, areas of mobility, you have to do it in control without hurting yourself. That's pretty critical as well. All right, a pec stretch is next. So find your space on the wall and hand up. So we're going to create this 90 degree, and then you can go with your hand up on the wall, and then you're going to step forward, increasing that range of motion with those muscles of your upper chest, kind of towards your shoulder blade. And because it's more dynamic, you can create a little bit of movement here. Keep it moving instead of a static stretch. We tend to do those more switch sides at the end of the class. Okay, so again, 90 degrees, hand on the wall. Let's step forward. Checking my lesson plan. I got lots of good things planned for you today. Couple more, and then we're going to grab our little lanyard or our towel. All right, the next one is like a wall downward facing dog. So if you've seen some yoga poses where they get on the ground and they form like a tent, we're going to do this one on the wall. So hands up nice and high, and what I'm trying to get us to do is rotate those elbows inward so that they're like a number 11. Because what happens is we tend to come out here, and we're limited by some of our range of motion. So if we can get them a little bit closer, even if they're out here, but still rotating those elbows in, and let's do a bit of this as a dynamic stretch back. So if we can get it nice and flat, dropping our heads between our 11, between our arms, and then getting those elbows rotated inward. And again, working at your own range of motion. If this is far enough, that's fine. But if we're popped out, we want to try and get you rotated and then give it a little press. Now, if you need to adjust, then you're going to round your back and then try it one more time. And often it's those second and third attempts at it that improve the range of motion, because our stretch reflex goes, oh no, we need to stay tight. You feel like you're going to hurt us. And then it goes, oh, wait a minute, you're doing it gently, and it'll relax, and you can go a little bit deeper and a little bit further on that second one. Rotation. So we like a letter T, and we're going to reach around behind us. Again, our hips, we're trying to keep stability here and rotate with our thoracic spine. So it is going to need to be released and turned here in a sec, but walking and crawling that hand behind us. Continue to breathe. This one's a good breath holder for some reason. And then if you can reach around and try and get that other hand on the wall. So ramping our heads back so we have nice tall posture, and we don't want to do some weird back arch into the wall, and keeping those shoulders level. What happens is we tend to get all kind of wound up a little. Switch sides, and again, keeping those shoulders down. Rotate, crawl that hand back behind you. Hopefully you see my hand pop out, and I'm kind of just inching it. And then once I have reset my posture, I'm going to try and reach around. Now, if you need to flare and turn just a little bit to give yourself a little bit more room, you can either get closer to the wall, or you can flare your lower body out just a little bit if you want to try and get around. Nice tall bodies. And release. All right, give that a shake. We need our lanyards. We'll start, let me see where I want this. So you can use your lanyard or your mini band or your towel. And I wouldn't make it too big of a towel, even a hand towel if you go corner to corner like a washcloth. But what we're trying to do with this exercise, which I'm going to do with the mini band actually, is create tension outward. So you're going to hook it in your hand, or holding it, right? But you're trying to pull it apart, because the more tension we can create and the more our posture comes back and our shoulder blades go back and down, the more you'll get out of this. Okay, so actually, and I'll probably switch halfway through to to my lanyard. All right, so 5. This is the terrible 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. Then we're going to go overhead. I'll try not to bash my mic. creating this tension, and it doesn't take long for these little tiny ligaments and all of those tiny little muscles that hold our shoulder blades and our clavicle and all of that, top of the bones of the muscle, our bones of our upper arm. Once they get all heated up, because they're very small and they play an important role, it gets a little tiresome. All right, I'm going to put my feet a little shoulder width apart, some big circles here. We've got 5 of these, and then we're going to go the other direction. Oh, I keep smacking that mic. I don't know how to get around it. So hopefully you've done an extra one. While I was fixing that, go the other direction when you've done your 5. I'm already starting to feel that. All right, so shake it out when you need it. I'll switch to the lanyard here. Globe rotations. So it's like a steering wheel. Okay, just checking my comments. See if anybody's saying hi, and hopefully everybody's having a good day. So those are the globe rotations. Last one, air push-up. So you're imagining you're pushing yourself up and back on a wall. 4, 5. We're going to go behind our backs. So I just hook my thumbs, truthfully, when I do this one. And I want to first of all roll my shoulders back and down, and then I'm going to press. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I wanted to do today a little bit of neck stuff, which we don't normally do. But if we don't have good neck mobility, when we get to the top of our backswing, our heads turn and we come off the ball and we may lose sight of it. So we really need, right, this ability to keep our heads on the ball, heads down, right, creating that motion with our neck in a good position with our shoulders rotated. So first of all, let's just turn and then drop it down to our collarbone. Let's do this 5 times on that side. That should be 3. Turn, drop. 4, and last one, 5. And let's go the other direction. This one I'm going to smack my mic, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do it properly. Anyways, 5 of those. I can sure tell you that the further my head moves forward, right, as I'm watching TV or I've been reading in bed a lot, right? And so that rounded position, and this head pokes forward, and for every inch your head moves forward, it's like an extra 12 pounds of resistance on muscles of your neck muscles and your upper back muscles that aren't designed to take that strain. So health and posture and head ramping, so that means bringing it back, and so straight up and down posture is really important, and it's very important for life, but also to keep our golf swings healthy. So a couple more things with this lanyard. So we're going to pull it off to one side gently and then drop our heads. Pull, drop. Let's do a few more of these. I've done lots of neck stuff, so hopefully I haven't strained anything on anybody. Go the opposite side. Oh, it's amazing how stiff and sore my whole neck can get. But a lot of people carry, that was kind of a lame one, sorry, and drop. Carry their tension in their neck, and so then our necks pop up, and then we go around with these crazy necks. All right, last set of exercises. So holding in one hand, flip it over. Hopefully you can lower it back down and then find it on the bottom. So this, I just want to gently stretch so that we stretch our tricep, and then we come from the bottom and we internally rotate. So a few of those. Now, no flinging on this one. And for me, I almost feel like I get tipped forward, so I really have to coach myself in my brain, stand up straight. So flip it over the other side, reach around, and we're going to go stretch and from the bottom. So it's like you're pushing and pulling up and down. Let's do one more. Okay, and wiggle those out. How's my time doing? We still haven't got to our exercises. Those are coming. Last thing before we start our exercises is that I wanted, and you can use your chair to do this if you like, so that you've got something to balance on. But I want you to see if you can get down in a nice deep squat. And if this is as far as you can go, that's fine. Some of us can get down a little bit further. And if you can get those, I don't know if I can show you, those heels flat on the ground. That's what we really want, is those heels flat on the ground. And once you get into your squat position, I want you to just rotate those hips back and forth. So deep squat position. Again, if we can get those heels down. And then last thing before we get to our exercises is getting down, and I want you to see if you can get down and back up. Ideally, we are going to be able to do this without having a touchdown, because this is what we need, to read a putt or something like that. Even get down to tee up a ball. So practice getting up and down off your floor. That's an excellent way, working against gravity, pushing your body weight off the floor. All right, let's start our 4 exercises. So we're going to do a squat, and then when you come up, I want you to go up on one foot. Now, if we did 20 of these, there are only 10 on either side, but it means you did 20 squats. Now, if you want to be a little bit more gung-ho, push a little bit more ballistically and see if you can balance. Now, if you need your chair here, that's fine too, so you can try that balance. And again, I'm going to totally lose count because that's how I roll. So hopefully as you're doing this, you get a nice flat back, and then you're going to shift your weight into one leg. And hopefully that gives you some balance, and you can work on that. So that was my way of sneaking in balance. 12 or 15 push-ups. You can do them on the floor or on the wall, but a nice push-up position, and you want your hands just a little bit, if you're doing them on the wall, a little bit below eye level. Wiggle those feet back as far as you want. You've got 12 or 15 of these babies. And if you're doing them on the floor, you can do them from your knees or from your toes. You can also do them on your stairs, using the stair as your incline. So standing on the bottom, not the bottom stair, the floor. Then working your way up to some resistance. Okay, I'm going to do one more. Hopefully that's 15 again. No idea. Wall dog is the next one. So wall dog is for those long back muscles and for your glute. So the key to the wall dog is opposite. So as you go up, you're going to go opposite foot and press it back. Okay? So we do these called bird dogs, and you do them in a tabletop position, but we can also do them on the wall. So ideally, you'll do 30 of these. Long muscles of your back activated. The key is the heel press though, so if you don't get the hands working because it's weird or you're not super coordinated, that's okay. Work on just pressing from your glute muscle, from the top of your bum. do one more on either side. Okay, guessing that we found our 30 again. And last of the exercises, this one's in your chair. Then you're going to leave your chair out because we will do a stretch, but I've got one more thing before that. Hopefully I'm kind of running out of time, but that's okay. Now coming to the front of your chair, and I want you to lean back, but not plopping your back right on the backrest. So come a little forward, and we're going to go in and out like a bicycle. Again, 12 or 15. And I could actually feel that in that hip flexor and in the core. Switch sides. This one's a nice one to do on the floor. It's like one of those Jane Fonda ones from back in the day. A nice bicycle crunch. Do that. They do kind of a similar version of that in Pilates. So any of those that you can do, go for it. All right. Grab your golf club. We're going to just finish off with some swings. So some nice wide grip swings here. I'm getting close to the wall, so I don't need to ding it. And switch direction. This one's, I think I have a flatter backswing on the other side. I don't quite get in the right position at the top, but then I don't golf left or this side. Okay, and now to finish, grab your wooden spoon. What did I do with mine here? All right. So with your golf grip, you're going to swing, and when you come back, or you can even start on this side, swing, step, and get all the way through. So this is a club head speed one. But breaking in the golf swing, right? So we're not just loosey-goosey flinging it around. It's a very deliberate, fast swing, but it has to be in control. Because if we fling, that's what injures us. Okay, other side. I'm not even sure I can demo this one. Step swing and rock it back. Step swing. I find my left swings when I'm even on the golf course, my technique's not bad, but I have no power. So it kind of just goes plink and doesn't go anywhere. So that's a nice exercise to do. And if you can get out on your lawn or somewhere where you can swing your club a little faster, often what golfers will do is flip their club over and hang on to it from this end and then try and create that whoosh sound. So they're going to swing it really quickly and get over to the follow through side without tipping over. So you can't lose balance, but you can create that whoosh sound and learn to swing the club a little quicker and with complete control. All right, well, I'm heated up, so hopefully you got a bit of a workout today. I appreciate you joining me. Find your chair. Let's work on a bit of a cool down. We've got a few minutes left, not many. Nice tall postures, roll the shoulders back and down. We did a lot of neck work today, so if you need to, give this a really nice stretch. And if you need to create a little bit more resistance, right, you grab onto the chair, and that kind of creates some traction to open up some of those muscles in your neck. And go the other side. So back and forth. Okay. On to the outside of the leg, and we're going to spin around, reach for the back of the chair. Nice spinal twist. Again, past that stretch reflex. Switch sides, outside, and rotate. right, now I'm going to come to the front of my chair, extend pop one foot up, toe up, forward flexion, so right here at the hip. This is our hamstring stretch. Keep these nice and loose. The looser your hamstrings are, the more or the less tight they are, the better range of motion you'll have, and usually the better back health people have. All right, release that, cross it over. Again, roll up, get those shoulder blades down. You can press down, create a little bit of external rotation at that hip. And then if you need a bit more range of motion, then you come forward into a bit more of a flexed position. And release. Let's pop that toe straight out, or pop that leg, toe up, leg straight out. And with nice tall posture, we're going to come forward and to dig into that hamstring a little. So next class we'll use a book. So you can just leave that out. I kind of just leave all my golf fit Front Nine Fitness equipment out in a pile so I can grab it really easily. And release. Let's cross it over. So again, thanks to British Columbia Golf for partnering with us, trying to bring everyone in the golf world a little bit of a gentle range of motion and a little bit of strength for their golf swing type of class, gentle fitness. And this is for everyone. So there's no shortage of examples online, right, with some of those more high performance. Let's switch our my squirt. I guess this one's not going to work too well. So hip extension here into a lunge position. But there's no shortage of examples online of kind of more high performance, right? When you see them flinging balls and bands and weights and all kinds up and tip it towards the back of the chair. So if you want more examples of that, there is lots out there online on YouTube. But what I'm finding is that there's not a lot that are sort of gentle and for some of our golfers that are like 50 plus. And that's my area of excitement and area of expertise as well. So happy to do these. Okay, creating that hip extension position, getting deep into that hip flexor. And then when you're ready, we're going to go up and over. And we're talking about doing in the fall, so you can let us know in the comments, doing a half an hour of front nine fitness, which would be quite gentle, and then maybe a half an hour of back nine fitness, which would be a little bit more gung-ho, where we'd get down to floor level. You might need a bit of weights or a band or something like that. So we're kicking it around for the fall. Hopefully we can get it organized with British Columbia Golf. They've been really fun to work with. So rounding, push our arms forward, drop our head, round our back, all the way up, nice and gently. Focus on your breathing. Open up, cactus arms. We're going to do that one more time. Push, drop your head, round that back, up we go, and cactus arms. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you back at you on Tuesday next week, and we'll see you then. Have a good weekend, everyone.